An exciting day in Elkhart County thanks to a dozen youth-serving agencies and a grant. A program that makes sure your kids are staying on the right track is back. Christine Karsten joins us live this morning from Basher Children's Home in Goshen. So Christine, tell us more about this partnership for children.
Good morning, Tricia. Yeah, it's basically a wraparound program where 12 agencies work together to really benefit kids and their families. It's a great program that we're talking about this morning. Candy Yoder here with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we have a board over here with all of the groups involved, or agencies, I should say. Tell me a little bit about them and the grant that you guys received to kind of get this program going.
I'd love to. So the Community Foundation of Elkhart County is really what's behind this. First of all, they have been funding a retreat for nonprofit CEOs from Elkhart County for about 10 years. That has led to a very collaborative spirit and a great working relationship among these organizations. So we know each other well, and we try to solve problems together. And around those discussion tables, this idea was born, where there are expert services that we bring to kids in the court system, kids in the juvenile detention system, and we knew that there were ways we could prevent kids from getting into that system by serving these kids and families in these community centers where they are. So these organizations, Basher, Lifeline, Boys and Girls Clubs, The Crossing, they all serve kids on a daily basis, and sometimes these kids need a little extra help so they can stay in these settings, and that's what this collaboration is all about.
Well, and I understand that while the focus is the kids, you really work with their whole families. Tell me a little bit about what you do with them.
Right, so we know that kids need their families, and kids spend more time with their families than anywhere else, and so our goal is to help get that family really strong and stable and bring in all the informal supports that are important in that child's life. And so that means working with the family and the extended support system. That's what we'll do.
And I understand you're really working with your staff too, so they're going to go through some training.
Right, so we want to bring higher skill training for all of the staff in these organizations so that we're better able to help these kids who might be getting into trouble more frequently or really dealing with some tough stuff. And we don't want to make their lives so stressful that they end up acting out to where they have to go into the court system. We want to keep them in these community agencies.
And that's really, as we talked about earlier, what makes this program different than the one we referenced earlier that ended about 5 years ago, correct?
Correct. We want to bring this same level of services in a preventative kind of way to keep kids out of trouble.
Now, if parents are maybe seeing some behavior changes in their children or maybe getting a little bit worried, how do they contact you for this?
Well, the first place would be to start wherever that child's already engaged in services. It might even be the school system, or it might be a Boys and Girls Club or The Crossing. But beyond that, there are organizations that are ready to answer questions from parents. Child and Parent Services, CAPS, we're one of those agencies. Oaklawn is another one that is ready to pick up the phone and talk to a parent at any time to offer some support.
Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for talking about this.
No problem. Tricia, again, this kicks off today, 10 a.m. right here. They're actually going to have a ribbon tying ceremony. We're going to, of course, have all of this information for you on our website, WNDU.com. Just click on the store. We'll have it up for you by noon.
And if parents are watching, families should not be suffering in silence. There are so many barriers for a lot of families. It could be a language barrier, but it could also be a financial barrier. And they have really worked hard to get past all of that, haven't they, Christine?
Yeah, Tricia was mentioning there are a lot of barriers, whether it's financial, whether it's communication. How do you guys break through those barriers with these families, with these kids?
Well, actually, that's the beauty of this partnership, because parents already feel comfortable with kids attending these programs, Boys and Girls Club, for instance, or 5-Star Life. Those feel comfortable to families. And so it's those staff who are working with those children on a daily basis that really create that doorway, that window into getting services into that family.
Yeah, it makes sense, making sure kids, families are comfortable and starting that communication to help. Tricia, great program. Again, we're going to have more of this for you on our website.
All right, thanks so much. Christine Karsten reporting live. Well, straight ahead, a look at some of the top